Hey, be careful with that. They say it can puncture the skin of a rhino from 100... Ow! Oh! Yes! That's awesome! You just took one in the jugular, man!
What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. We've watched a lot of cable news. It's often quite entertaining, especially when you have differing viewpoints and emotions may boil over in this current kinetic political environment and landscape. But who doggy were we not prepared for this? Typically in headlines, we'll say that an anchor's jaw hits the floor, or that guests gasp, or producers cut the feed. And all three of those things actually did, in fact, just happen live on CNN. When a conservative and a far left-winger argued over the term Nazi, and, well, then this happened.
Called Nazis, stop doing...
You're called an
You've
been called an anti-Semite more than anyone else at this table.
Yeah.
And people would sit there
you.
and... No, by me. I never called you an anti-Semite.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not sitting here saying...
I'm a supporter of the Palestinians, so I'm used to it.
Yeah, I hope your beeper doesn't go off.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G.
Snoop Dogg!
You know what happened with the D.
Ladies and gentlemen, that individual is named Mehdi Hasan. Mehdi Hasan is a far left-wing, radical sociopath and socialist who has had every single show that he's ever tried to launch in cable TV canceled, including his show on Al Jazeera and The Intercept, and his MSNBC show that was just canceled recently because it was too radical. Okay, if you're losing MSNBC, then you got a problem. All right. So during the 2023 Israel-Hamas war, MSNBC canceled Hasan's show. NBC stated that the change was a coincidental. Politico noted the decision made the networks in favor of more straight news coverage of the conflict. Uh-oh. So MSNBC canceled all of Hasan's show. So this guy. So this guy's now crawling through the sewage pipe of corporate media and found himself on CNN. He's, of course, on CNN calling Ryan Girdusky, who Ryan Girdusky is a talking head on CNN. He's a writer and an author. He's a pundit, right? He's calling him a Nazi. So this is the setup here. Of course, this is obviously the losing argument. This is a well-known phenomenon that when you've lost, like an election or an argument, that you call your opponent a Nazi. You say that your opponent is literally Hitler. And this is what they're doing to Trump right now. And it's not working. And it's pathetic. And it's what Mehdi Hasan did live on CNN, which is an evil thing to do. And CNN should not tolerate this type of platform, the platforming of hate like that. You can say on CNN and falsely call every Republican a Nazi and have taken money from Qatar-funded media. But apparently you can't go on CNN and make a joke. I'm glad America gets to see what CNN really stands for. Okay. So the setup of all this is that Ryan Girdusky is being called a Nazi on CNN by this guy. And then Ryan Girdusky makes a joke that is a joke predicated on the news of Israeli special forces being behind the beeper bombings, I guess you could call them. It's from a couple weeks ago, where Israeli special forces or some type of Israeli intelligence operation planted explosive devices in beepers that were used by Hamas, the terrorist organization, and they were able to detonate those beepers, along with other mobile devices and along with other strategic bombing campaigns and so on in their war against terrorism. So this is sort of like the background of this comment. Wild moment as CNN panelist Ryan Girdusky is thrown off set for outrageous threat live on air during Trump rally debate. So I think it's very important to frame this up here. You shouldn't be allowed to call every Republican a Nazi, and you shouldn't be allowed to throw that term around. But CNN, nobody cared. Nobody cared about that. They cared when Ryan decided to hit back. Here's the full clip, ladies and gentlemen, that resulted in the show's anchor, Abby Phillips, booting Girdusky, who's the founder of the 1776 PACs, and a regular commentator on CNN. He's done some great work on CNN. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the full moment. Here you go.
If you don't want to be called Nazis, stop doing.
You're called an
Stop saying-
You've been called an anti-Semite more than anyone else's table.
Yeah.
And people would
By
sit there
you.
and no, by me. I never called you an anti-Semite. I mean, I'm not sitting here saying I don't.
I'm a supporter of the Palestinians, so I'm used to it. It's
Yeah,
fine.
well, I hope your beeper doesn't go off. The thing is that
you just say I should die?
You should not.
No, I
Did
said
you just say I
no,
should be killed?
No, I did not
Live on
say that. I said,
CNN?
no, I did not say that.
Hold on, hold on.
Did your guest just say I
No,
should
I
be
did
killed?
not.
Hold on.
On live TV.
I said I hope
Guys,
you don't.
let me just stop.
You said you hope my beeper doesn't go off.
Because you said I'm a big
Stop that
supporter
right now.
Of the Palestinians.
of Hamas.
Guys, let me
said
stop.
Palestinians.
Are you a supporter
Am I
of
what?
Hamas?
No, of course I'm not a
Palestinians
supporter
are
of
not.
Hamas.
Then I apologize.
Are you a
Ryan.
Then I
racist,
apologize.
violent person
Then I
inciting
apologize.
violence against me?
Ryan.
That's disgusting.
That is completely.
Then I apologize.
Good
That
job,
is
CNN. Let's
completely
have first
out
block
of
say the
pocket.
Muslim guy
You
should
know
be
that.
blown
Then I
up
apologize.
on
Then I
TV.
apologize.
Don't
Then I
say
apologize.
then I
Wow.
apologize. You literally.
say
I
it.
thought you said
accused
Hamas.
him.
I
You didn't
apologize.
think I said
No.
Hamas.
No,
I
you
said I
didn't.
supported
Yes, I did.
Palestinian
Yes, I
rights.
did.
Why? Because when you hear
What's funny
Palestinian,
is
you
Rudy
hear Hamas.
Giuliani said this
No,
yesterday,
because-
so you're a great guest to
Listen.
be here
All
to
right.
defend
I
Rudy
told myself
Giuliani's
Give me
I
one-
wasn't going to
give me-
entertain
give me one
nonsense
second.
today, and so at this point,
This is what we're in
I
now.
can't
This
do
is America in
Here's what
2024.
I will say.
Forget the
Here's what
racism.
That's right.
It's I should
That's
die.
right.
I didn't
That's-
say that. You
You
should
said,
die.
what does beeper mean? Don't give me your
I
fake
did not say
ignorance.
you should
Guys,
die.
Why did you say
guys,
with my
give me-
beeper
give me a-
go
So
off?
what did you mean?
What did you mean by the beeper?
So what
I
did
said-
you mean?
What did you mean by the
No,
beeper?
no, 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 no.
No, you didn't. You said, I hope your beeper doesn't go off.
Ryan, stop talking.
At least
Sorry.
have the guts to support your racist comment.
Hang on.
I'm so sorry.
Let her
bring it back.
This
Let her bring
is
it back.
this is
Hang on.
why this is why yesterday's rally was disgusting.
Don't call us
and
Nazis, but I'm going to
outrageous.
threaten the brown guy as a
This is
terrorist
why.
and kill him.
Because I didn't ever say Donald Trump was Hitler. But do you know who stood on a stage yesterday and said, I want to come to the Nazi rally? I don't have to make up words and call you something. You're saying it for yourself. And what you just said
Kamala
right
Harris
here,
is a pimp
apologize,
handler.
but I will tell you, I don't accept that apology, and you didn't even
That's
say it to
fine.
me.
I didn't say it
that
to
was
you.
disgusting. But I can be offended when you don't even say it to
That's-
me. I'm not Puerto Rican, but I was offended by what he said
Okay.
yesterday. And I'm offended that the former president and potentially future president would allow it and go for 12 hours and not say, I don't care. Because you know what? When Kamala Harris put out statements about switching up opinions, it wasn't good enough for Republicans.
Why are you looking at me?
Because you said it.
Why
'Cause
don't you
I'm-
take this back a little?
What a mess. What a disaster this network is. Look at it. Actually, you know what? Thank you, CNN. Thank you for allowing us to see what's allowed to be platformed, the hatred for Republicans that is allowed to be platformed, and then the consequence if a Republican dares hit back, right? Look at the expression. Look at the eyeballs. Look at it's actually great. You really do get to see what the other side is made of in debates like this. And you get to see where the full biases are. So here's the comment. Here's the reaction to this is that CNN has banned Girdusky from ever appearing on their network again, and have canceled whatever contract they may have had. And then the host has had to go on and give apologies.
Hey, I'm sure everyone has seen what happened on the show tonight. I just wanted to address one quick thing. As you may have seen, Ryan was asked to leave the show, and we have put out a statement saying that he's not welcome back on our air. There is a line here on this program, and it was crossed. But I want to be clear as well that we did not ask Mehdi to not come back. In fact, we really wanted him to come back and finish the show. We had a lot to talk to him about. And we really hope that he'll join us again soon. But for those of you who are wondering why he did not come back, I just want to be super clear that that was not in any way because we didn't want him back at all. And I won't speak for him, but I just wanted to make sure that you all knew that that was not what happened.
Again, you can't have it both ways. When you're calling all Republicans Nazis, that's not only is that fully allowed on CNN, they're begging for the guy who does that to come back on air. There's no consequence for him for literally engaging in hate speech against Republicans. There's no such thing as actually hate speech. But listen, you call somebody a Nazi, I mean, you're like, these are how you get assassination attempts. There's no consequence for that. CNN issues a statement that they've banned Girdusky, but that they are begging to have Mehdi Hasan, who does nothing but like ride around calling Republicans Nazis. They're begging to have him back on. They can't get enough of it. CNN is trash. Mehdi Hasan implies that Ryan Girdusky is Nazi. Ryan Girdusky implies that Mehdi Hasan is a terrorist. One is forced to leave CNN. Guess which one? Like, draw the line. Like, you either have values that you live by, and you are going to have a network that is above name, like this type of name calling. You can't select and choose what slurs are allowed, right? You can't say it really does give up the whole ghost. Gives up the whole game here. This really happened on CNN. Girdusky makes a beefer joke, gets a struggle session and removed from air immediately. Hasan calls people who affiliate with Trump Nazis and gets coddled. Mehdi Hasan, you guys are Nazis. Girdusky makes a beeper joke. Guess who got fired by CNN? That's exactly right. Mehdi Hasan is a terror apologist, says Ben Shapiro, who calls half the Americans, including Ryan Girdusky, Nazis, and then receives a throwaway joke about beepers in response. CNN's response is to ban Girdusky while begging Hasan to return to their airwaves. Sounds about right. And you saw, of course, here, the whimpering and whining, whinging of Abby Phillips on CNN. All hell did break loose, but actually it's something that I'm glad happened. I'm glad it happened because it actually shows you what is allowed. They will openly allow. No one has been punished for the assassination attempts on Donald Trump. Not even the people who have been engaging in the assassination. Like Ryan Routh, the government, Ryan Routh, the guy who tried to kill Trump last time, he's like being coddled by the federal government. They're not allowing his trial to go forward. Not even the assassins themselves. But certainly not the people who foment the language that leads to the dehumanization that allows psychopaths to think, well, you know, maybe I'm going to go kill Hitler today, right? Or that dehumanize an entire political movement that represents hundreds of millions of people in this country. Understand what just happened. Mehdi Hasan called Ryan Girdusky, Polish-American, a Nazi. Ryan responded with a quip. Ryan was kicked off. CNN apologized. That's how it works at CNN. Yeah. Okay. So it's okay for Mehdi Hasan to genuinely call Ryan Girdusky and Trump supporters Nazis, but Ryan can't make a joke about Hezbollah, says Siraj. There you go. CNN is fine with Mehdi Hasan calling Trump and Jews literal Nazis on hundreds of occasions, but they banned Girdusky for the entire network for making a pager joke that they deemed hateful. Ryan Girdusky is far from the most hateful person there. Well, that's going to be hard to argue. Not going to lie. This is a bar with a rap battle. Yeah, I'm going to go rap battle again. Ryan Girdusky has had many mic drop moments on CNN. We wish we could put a Sarah McLachlan song underneath this because that was his swan song on CNN. You will never see this man on CNN again. But they're begging Mehdi Hasan to come back. That tells you everything. Here we go. Greatest mic drop moments ever. Ryan Girdusky.
Okay, but at 60 years old, which is about what she is, she had a transformational life experience, apparently, where in 1,000 days, she has changed from a Bernie Sanders Democrat to a pro-choice Bush Democrat. She has abandoned almost every position, not just on fracking, on reparations for the descendants of slaves. She was gung-ho for a multi-trillion-dollar policy, never mentions it. She's completely against it. Obviously, the transgender illegal aliens in prison, which she did sit there and say that she was for. She was against ICE. She was for open borders, defund the police.
But before these Haitian immigrants came to this town in Ohio, there were jobs there. But those jobs were open and going unfulfilled. And employers were doing everything that they could to fill the jobs. No one would fill them but Haitian immigrants who came for work.
The reason there were jobs was
why are you blaming them for that?
I'm not blaming them. I'm not blaming them. I don't hate Haitian immigrants at all. It's not about them. It's about us. And the fact of the matter is that in 2017, under Trump's presidency, the reason Springfield had the surge was because Japanese companies started investing in Springfield because they trusted the Trump presidency. And after years of decline declining population, they added this huge explosion of jobs.
Okay.
President Trump tried to end the Haitian temporary protected status. It went into the courts. Then Biden extended.
So you just say this about them. It's not about them. It's about us.
We do have to go, but let me just
If they're here legally, they're
let me
us,
let you
right?
finish.
No, they're not. They're not.
Let me let you finish your thought here. The companies came in. They could not fill the jobs, and that's the Haitians' fault. Why?
There's not the Haitians' fault.
So
It's
then-
a policy position by the government. It's not the people. I don't blame them for coming. I blame the government for sitting there and expanding TPS to 300,000 Haitians when it was 59,000
They didn't
a
expand.
couple years. Yes,
they didn't
did.
expand TPS. They didn't expand TPS to fill jobs in
No, but they
Ohio.
expanded, period.
Okay, they expanded TPS because TPS is for people who are fleeing countries where they are at risk of being killed or there is an incredible
And the
amount
first
of
word is
unrest.
temporary. That's the point of TPS. It is now a more permanent thing where
All
we
right.
have people rolling for years.
So many of the conservatives feel this way secretly about Donald Trump. Why not just take the hit for 4 years, let him lose, and then get your party back? Why do we
It's
keep
about-
defending
it's
this
about-
person
it's
that
about
everyone clearly
saving the
doesn't
country,
respect?
And most Republicans don't think they could survive 4 more years of Kamala Harris as a country.
In what way?
Open borders, 6 million people coming across the border. We did have high inflation, horrible foreign policy, wars across the globe that didn't happen while Trump was president. There was the reshoring of manufacturing.
Okay,
Didn't
I'm not
happen.
gonna
She
let you
didn't-
do
I mean,
this.
I could sit there and do the whole.
I could do the whole thing too, but we're not going to do that.
Or is it that, or is it just about raw political power? Because I mean, Mitch McConnell is basically